I guess I'll start it off. As you can see, we're here for the maiden voyage of our podcast, the Stiff Rod Podcast. And we got several young men here, all from Drew University. We're going to go by and kind of introduce ourselves. I'm posting this on my channel, so obviously you know I'm Carter Wajenko. I'm from just outside Chicago, Illinois. We're all bass fishermen. We're all on the Drury bass fishing team. And so I'm sure you guys watch videos and whatnot. So I'll leave it off to, I guess we'll start with Tuck. Tell us about yourself.
A little short introduction about myself. My name is Tucker Corey. I am from central Wisconsin. My hometown is Stevens Point, Wisconsin, which is where Jay Shakurt, Bassmaster Elite Series Professional, is from.
Oh, wow. So
Right across the road.
Yeah. Runs in the water.
He's got Jay Shakurt in his veins.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't go that far. Fish against him in a couple local derbs and he kicks my butt every time.
It happens. It does happen.
But a little bit about myself as far as fishing goes. I fish out of a Phoenix Mercury. I like smallmouth fishing, like river fishing. Really just like fishing in general. Simple as that. Pass it off to Cade.
He fishes Winneconne all the time. I've been up there several times in
Bago
videos.
system rod.
Yeah, he's the hammer up there.
My name's Cade Lippum. I'm from East Texas. Spent a lot of time on Rayburn. I'm up here doing something that nobody from around me has ever done before. They call me a trendsetter. I don't know if anybody will keep up the trend though.
3-time AOI.
3-time AOI. Yeah.
That's all you need to know. He's got a belt buckle for it too.
Yeah, it's
times.
definitely a Texas thing. Missouri, you would get laughed at for that. Unless you go like Boot Hill, Missouri, they'd be like, oh, that's cool.
Come on, man. That's like my pride and joy. Nobody touched my belt buckle, bro. I'll keep that thing locked up in the safe every night. All right, off to my boy.
I'm Caleb Coleman. I'm from south of St. Louis, around the Soto area. I'm an Ozark guy. I grew up on the Ozarks, so I haven't ventured up north to see your smallmouth.
Yeah. What does one of those look like?
They're brown. They're usually larger than average.
Okay. I see.
So, yeah, I also haven't been south to, far enough south to be in Texas.
Bro, y'all don't even know what a big one is, do you?
No, I don't know what a big one is apparently. See a lot of pictures of 7 and 8 pounders. I'm like, wow, that's a once a year kind of fish
I
around
caught
here.
my PB this year.
My state
7 on
record doesn't
Chickamauga.
even make it into your
Seven on
share
chick.
longer program.
7 something.
Yeah, Mr. Sherlock.
Oh, bro, we catch a 7-pounder. You don't even weigh in for big bass.
I sight fished it too.
Really?
With the Hud gill. Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty sick.
Impressive.
Pretty sick, bro.
Yeah. So, I guess I was thinking for this first one, we're just gonna talk about college fishing since that's what we're all here for. We just had our first tournament on Kentucky Lake. It was the ACA Big Bass Bash, and it was pretty brutal for the whole team, except for Easton and
Caleb, those are our top two.
John, yeah.
No,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Cameron called him too. It was for our two teams though.
You were third.
Yeah. So me and
No,
if you
it was the session thing.
Yeah, that was goofy.
Yeah.
That was goofy.
So me and Tucker are partners, and then Caleb and Kate are partners, and we had a third guy in our boat as well for that tournament. We just fished docks. I was there like 2 years ago for the national championship, and it was a lot different. The water was probably 5 foot higher. So I had this whole game plan of like running the backs of creeks and stuff, and it was just completely gone. Like stuff I was catching fish out of like 2 years ago was out of water, and so we sucked. I weighed a bass though, which I'm happy about, but other than that, very disappointing.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Our day was rough. Our practice day was rough.
Yeah, we had 3 bites
3 whole bites.
all day long. But we didn't let it get to us. We still fished like we usually do.
We did something totally different to the
Oh yeah. We scratched everything. I always heard stuff about Kentucky Lake. Oh, go fish the bars. Go fish the bars. Well, I can tell you, I fished about 50 of them.
Oh, dude, it was awful.
And could only get a bite on a dot.
No, I want to learn what those guys look for in the bars. I need to learn that.
It's got to be a spot within a spot kind of thing.
I know, you look for your rock, you look for your bait, you look for wind and all that, but we ran that.
Mm-hmm.
It was it was there.
To a northern guy like me, you look at the way that current's going, and you'd sure think you'd want to be looking for those bars with current coming onto the head of them and a real sharp edge coming onto that, and I mean we ran that, the opposite of that. We tried to make it work, and we could not get it to fire.
And it's like the water's so low, the water temp, it seemed like it was cooling down a bit. Like you think those fish would be pulling out there.
You'd think
And
that they'd be munching, but
that's how the high school national championship got won 2 years ago by Tucker. I think it was also just the lake itself. Like there's not many fish left in there, and just it's hard to like.
carp are taking over.
Yeah, it's hard. There was a lot less carp. There was
a lot less carp.
Lot less carp than when I was there 2 years ago. Like they're jumping in the boat 2 years ago, but I mean it's just so hard there to like get on like a pattern or like have any clue because the bites are just so random. You don't get enough of them to know.
And honestly, what was it? Midway through day one, we found that bar.
Yeah.
We had found a bar that
Stumbled upon.
we stumbled upon a bar. To be completely honest with you, we were lost, didn't know what to do. Found a bar that was perpendicular to the wind direction, and on each side of the bar it was 10 foot deep, and the bar was probably only 5 yards wide, and it come up to 6 inches. And it seemed like those fish were sitting on the downwind side. The bait was getting pushed up on top of the bar, and as soon as it came over the edge, there they were.
Yeah.
We caught all of them on a chopo there.
Yeah.
We also found one. We got one magic brush pile that we pulled up on.
Cade out of.
I pulled up on. Caleb had already had a keeper, and being that it's a big bass deal, and we're 20 miles from the ramp, I was gonna try and catch another keeper before we both went to weigh in. Well, I had thrown in this brush pile. I could see them on Panoptics. They were there. I had thrown in this brush pile at least 15 times, at least. And I said, Caleb, just throw in there. Like, I know there's a fish.
He's like, we're leaving. I was like, one more cast.
Throws in there, boom, 2.5 pounder. Doesn't even cull the one he has in the box. I have to throw it out, and here we go, 25 miles back to the boat.
Yeah, it was a 3 pounder I was very proud of, but after walking up there and seeing a 7 pounder just got weighed in, I was like, yeah,
That 3 pounder's not so much anymore.
He won by like 2 pounds too. It was like
that's
Blowout.
That was a
I mean,
blowout.
shout out Parker Brown, Dallas Baptist, dropped the hammer on them.
yeah. Going from tough fishery to another tough fishery, we have
Yeah, headed to Dardanelle next week.
Darnell, yeah.
yeah.
That's,
What's your boys' game plan? Well, you already told me a little bit,
Man, we're just gonna
Honestly,
burn water.
after seeing what happened to the water within a 10-mile radius of the boat ramp of Paris, Tennessee, I'm probably going to try to get as far away as possible.
Yeah.
But then again, bro, community holes are community holes for a reason. There are fish there. You just have to figure out how to get behind somebody and catch them.
Yeah.
And, being a high school fisherman, it was easy for my mental game, to pull it behind a bunch of boats fishing a stretch of docks and say, oh, well, they're not going to be able to get the bait where it needs to go. But now that we're in college and everybody is here and everybody wants to go to the next level, it's not like that. You can't just pull up behind somebody on a stretch of docks and say, oh, well, they didn't flip right here. Because I assure you that they probably did.
Except you guys.
Yeah, except you
On
guys. We
practice
went behind you on practice and got 5 bites.
That's what 3 bites. All 3 bites, we were shook them off right there.
Yeah.
On the dock.
Yeah, we started there next morning, and he caught a 17 and
3/4
15,
smallmouth.
16. Yeah.
Wait, what were you guys throwing?
We were just flipping a Cinco at the docks.
Cinco and a jig.
I mean, we weren't throwing a Cinco. I was throwing like big old the Randy blockage.
Hey,
Paint water.
I hope y'all turned those live scope off for that.
Yeah,
Lord
dude,
knows.
those fish feel that live scope hit their back.
Oh yeah, dude.
And they're like,
You gotta turn this stuff off. That stuff is cheap.
Scissors, cut the transducer.
Put that $1,500 wire.
Hey,
on.
it's something how that transducer and the 360 and the live did not work as soon as that Randy Blockett jig was on the deck. And I kid you not, that boy was parallel. He was at about 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in his cast position. He released that bait. All of a sudden, both of them started working. It was freaky. It was straight out of a
That
movie.
jig was too close to them grabs.
It had to
From
be.
working.
I had to tell Carter, you are not putting that on the front deck. That's going down in the bottom. That jig has got bad juju.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, having not been to Dardanelle yet, but fishing some lakes really similar to it around home, I'm excited. My confidence level is pretty high. Not high enough to think that I'm gonna do anything.
We're gonna go drop.
Yeah.
Drop a big old
15
13
pound.
pounds.
Yeah, 13
Yeah.
pounds.
Dude, I'd be happy to drop 13 pounds around here right now.
Dude, it's
No,
tough.
Ozark is tough.
Yeah. Y'all even catch a keeper?
No, not
They
today.
went- they went
We
towards
ran
it.
through so many rats.
Yeah, we did catch probably 15 shorts. But you got to look at the results from the BFL this past weekend. 17 and a half a day won it.
It wasn't even a day. You got one bigger bag, and then that other day he dropped it off.
Really?
There was one bag that was like 19 pounds. The next day he blanked. I don't know if he dropped out or not. I was just looking through the thing, but yeah,
Yeah.
that was the biggest bag I think it was.
Dude, it's tough. Well, apparently they're catching them on Table Rock right now. I just seen some pictures on the old interweb. Two guys from a school down the road had some sure enough biggins today, this evening.
All green. Well, there was
All
a couple
green.
spots.
Yeah, there were two like 3.5 pound spots.
I'm fishing my first. Me and Tucker are fishing I fished the first another maiden voyage this weekend out of the 364V. Y'all saw the boat video that I just uploaded. That is going to be your first tournament. I haven't really tested the live wells, but everything else.
That's gonna be attention Saturday morning.
Yeah.
First keeper.
Yeah,
You're gonna see Tucker in the back of the boat with his hands bailing water into the live well after that pump don't work.
Everything's hopefully gonna run good, and
Yeah, you know,
it's gonna be 100 some boats there.
had to call Master Mechanic Cade in to work on the
Oh,
364 today.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
my
put
battery.
wire.
I left my breaker on when I went to New York, and the battery fell asleep. So hopefully she'll be charged.
Fell asleep.
No, it-
No, it did.
It
It
was-
did.
It went to
That's a-
sleep.
That's a technical term for it?
Yeah.
You never had one go to sleep?
You've never heard
I've
that.
not.
You've never heard that term though.
I left my
I heard
master
that
power
all the
on
time.
for a month, and my battery was putting out like 5 volts.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't charge. I put a separate charger on her. Boom, got her back to life.
And
That
that's
means
what-
she was asleep.
That's what it happens to lithiums. Mine was an AGM, but it happens to lithiums because they're like, I don't know what it is, but it's like a program inside the battery to shut off.
I don't know. I'm not no
Charger.
rocket scientist, but I do know that sucker is asleep.
She's awake now.
She's
Well,
awake.
she's
awake.
waking
She's
up.
woke.
She's
as we
waking
talk.
up.
Yeah, she's waking up.
She's kind of rolling out,
Slapped her.
getting ready to go.
But
But gave her the old poke.
yeah, what's y'all's game plan for Saturday around Table Rock?
Well, I haven't been fishing there in a while, but the water temp's starting to drop, so hoping that I can. We're gonna go run this little dock bite deal that I have, like super shallow docks, flipping a jig, but I don't know if they'll be there. I would like to go and live scope them ideally.
Yeah, I'm
With a
glad
jigging
you figured
spoon,
out
with a
that.
jigging spoon and all that. No, dude, I'm literally not even catching them on brush piles. It's like just live scoping like ditches and stuff and just roaming spots.
Yeah.
And I can catch 13 pounds pretty easy doing that, but I
These
know
13
it's
pounds
gonna
get you what you want.
take like 17. So
Yeah.
go flip docks and
Yeah, that
once the
was a
sun
bad
gets
man.
up.
I haven't seen many results though on the rock lately. So I don't know what's.
Yeah, I don't think they've had any big
No,
tournaments.
there's a
out
lot
there.
of local things, but I don't.
Yeah, I've been here twice in the fall, but it was about a month after this. Or
Yeah, the
Yeah,
water took a
that's-
cool down. They're starting to catch them again. Dude, right now it seems like it's pretty much a lull everywhere you go.
You might as
Well, the thing is, across Kentucky Lake, Darnell, Table Rock, Lake of the Ozarks, the water's low everywhere. And it's especially important at Table Rock because I feel like a lot of the bank cover is like gone.
Out of the water.
Yeah.
Right
Not
now,
really,
right now, if you're fishing that same cover that was in the water 6 months ago, you're squirrel hunting.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It's that bad.
Even a month ago.
Yeah,
It did drop. Like
yeah, it did drop.
It's dropped since you've been there.
But like the stuff that you do find on the bank, like if you can find laydowns and stuff, like
Yeah,
you have to fish.
They're gonna have fish on it. I mean, nobody knows how big it's gonna be, but you get by it.
Exactly. But you gotta run so much water to find that. It's crazy.
Carter just got back from the Toyota Series up north
Are you
on
gonna
the
have
St.
video on
Lawrence
that?
River.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Are you gonna have your experience with?
No, that's behind the scenes stuff. But
You will be seeing this before or after. the Toyota
I'll get
Series
this
video drop.
uploaded probably pretty quick because we don't gotta edit much. But
No, we've been good. No swearing. No
yeah, nothing. I know.
I represent your university. You need to chill out.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
so-
Yes, sir.
The St. Lawrence was a good trip. I finished 10th and then bagged AOI and.
This
all I
dude
can
is a hammer.
all-
Straight up hammer.
All I can say is when you go up north, you have a drop shot tied on. So that's how I did it all.
Oh.
You guys know how the Potomac was done, but the last two Champlain and St. Lawrence, it's just like everyone's around fish. Everyone's knows what the baits are. So like the biggest thing for me is just having like the fine adjustments. Like Champlain, I was paying attention to the conditions and like what colors I was throwing, and the St. Lawrence, the biggest thing for me is like your hook to your weight. So a lot of my boaters and a lot of people are just fishing like average, maybe 12 to 10 inch drop. I was literally throwing a drop shot that was like this. Like you could barely cast it. Like it was just a bait that you pitched to the side.
What do you think your boaters think of you when you do that?
I don't know. I was catching them though. They're like, man, what bait you throwing? But I feel like a lot of them don't even pay attention to what their co-anglers are doing. But I feel like
Because they're just a code.
Dude,
Yeah, 'cause we're
I'm
just
guilty of
codes.
it too. No, I'm not guilty of thinking it's just a code. I'm just so zoned in on on my history there and my practice and what I think I need to do that I'm not worried about what anybody else is
But like paying attention to your co-angler if they're catching them
doing. Oh, 100%.
is like definitely a good thing.
100%.
But like I don't think any of my boaters noticed what I was
Well,
doing.
and some people have too much pride to ask you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this dude's in the back of the boat and he's whooping my butt. Why would I ask him?
And I know,
But like as a boater, okay, you boat. I've only coded. I've never been a boater. But like if my boater's just wearing them out, are you guilty? Like if you like switch up real quick, if you're like, okay, say your boater is a nice guy, and he's like, here, like throws you something to throw.
oh bait, no,
Absolutely.
never,
Never, yeah.
never.
Seriously?
No, it gets you spun out because it's, in my opinion, so much harder to get bit. You just you're fishing for like a totally different group of fish behind. Like,
him, yeah.
Yeah, like at Chickamauga, my guy was catching him on this big old jig, and he was like dragging around stumps, and then we would go down these channel swing banks with wood and stuff, and he was flipping it, and he threw me the jig to throw, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that because he's fishing slow, picking apart all that stuff. So what I would do is I would just like, in that situation, I just pitched a robo worm around like the edges, and that's how I caught keepers.
So let me put you in this situation. Say you're in Florida and Christian Greco is in the front of the boat punching. What are you going to do? What do you do?
Punching?
Are you going to
well,
punch
I
right
went-
behind him?
No, I went to Florida actually, at Okeechobee, and like that's kind of what they were doing. Like we would get up on these reed walls, and like they would punch, they would sight fish a little bit,
Hey, Tuck, your girlfriend was right there.
and what I was doing was just like pitching
He's
a
gonna watch this. Come on
pitching
now.
pitching a pitching a Senko like into the holes in the grass. That's how I caught him there. But like,
What was your boat? Was your boater doing the same thing?
no, that's the biggest thing is the spinning rod. I mean, there I was using a weightless one on a bait caster and just jacking them. But like most of the time, it's like it's a spinning rod is the key. But that's not a secret or anything. I mean, everyone says throw a spinning rod when you're a co-angler.
Oh,
But-
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Rolling
that's what I was about to bring up.
We're gonna
too.
roll into the next point of discussion. Just recently,
He's switching it up quick. Isn't he?
Major League Fishing, MLF Big Five, has announced their college schedule for the 2023 season. Looking down the road for the 2022 season, all that's left on the agenda for us in the Central Conference is Lake of the Ozarks. That's going to be October 14th. That is going to be a fun event, I believe.
I hope so. Man, we got a lot to come.
We're gonna try and show out.
Ain't gonna take a lot of weight, but it'll be fun.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna try and show out as best as we can, being one of the home schools for that event.
The homeschool.
Yeah.
MSU. Fair enough.
MSU, yeah.
It looks like they've got one coming up on Lake of the Pines. I know
Yeah.
my Texas boys, they're going to smash them. That will
Are you
be.
going?
I wish I could go. I don't know. It depends on our schedule and everything.
But they switched up the schedule for next year. So how it works is usually they had divisions, and now they did it so there's no divisions. I think it's just a money thing, right?
No, I agree.
Just so they don't have to bring the trailer up north and like.
And it's gonna put a lot of guys out of business, to be honest with you, because a lot of these schools that don't have the funding and don't have the support, they're not gonna be able to travel to the California Delta twice.
Three times out west, you got two
Yeah.
Cal Deltas
And
and
it's
a Lake
like
Havasu.
And then we
it's
have
just unrealistic.
Florida.
It's just unrealistic for East Coast guys. It's gonna make
Midwest guys too.
and Midwest guys too.
yeah.
We're definitely gonna be affected. Like I don't think Rick's gonna send us to.
I know talking to various people, this schedule is not especially good for any school, whether you look at
Oh, it's not.
reigning school of the year Montevallo, you look at any of the schools in that Alabama area, whether it be Auburn or you roll out east and you start looking at schools in Georgia, whether it be Emmanuel or any of those schools in that southeast region where normally they had their southeast conference. So they got Lake Gunnersville, whatever their Florida be, Chickamauga, Pickwick, the entire TVA system, whatever is on the schedule that year for Florida, whether it be St. John's, Harris Chain, Toho, any of those are valid options on that Southeast Conference. And now rolling into the National Conference, you look at it, for us, Central Conference, we have one event that's semi-local. And same
LOZ
thing with
though.
the
LOZ. It's like right down the road.
Yeah, travel there after school.
just a hop, skip, and a jump. Several jumps,
Well, I do think
larger
it's
than average jumps.
Yeah, hour and 43-minute jump.
I do think it's going to affect, most of the college scene. I think Bassmaster's going to get some more attention.
Yeah.
But
We can't talk about that. That's not released yet. So
Yeah.
no,
Should we tell them about the rumored schedule?
no.
This is for college. This podcast is for college anglers.
Yeah, we
We are
never
for the
explained
people.
what this podcast is about.
Yeah, so I think
If you
I-
stuck along this far, you deserve to know.
yeah,
what
you
you're
do
listening
deserve to know. I think we're gonna try to direct it towards college anglers. Like obviously now we've only done one tournament and we're all freshmen, so it's like there's not that much for us to talk about. But we would
and
like
who wants to listen to us? We're just
Yeah,
a bunch of random
exactly.
kids.
I don't know.
We-
When I was like freshman in high school, starting to fish, I'm like,
Oh, dude.
I want to see what's like.
99% of my research was done on YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah, heck yeah. It
That's
still
true.
is.
Still is. Still is.
Nah, more like
I'll tell
98.
you. Don't tell my professors. But when they think I'm back here doing something on my computer, I'm not. I'm just typing random stuff on my computer while I watch Bassmaster League.
Yeah,
I mean, only like we talked about it too. Like, only college like major videos that came out was Tyler Anderson. And
And it was like only him.
It
Like
was
I think
only
it's a
him.
lot better. Like guys have tried to do podcasts before in college, but I think it's a lot better for us because nobody's ever done like a group of like 4 guys.
yeah, and we got stories out the wazoo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And we'll have a lot
A
more.
lot more. And we're
as
gonna
the
try and
season
get
gets rolling.
more on the PG side.
Yeah.
So it'll be good.
The other side of that is I remember very vividly when I was coming home from the
And we deal with distractions.
distractions. We are at a college.
We're gonna
campus.
get a studio.
We are live from a college classroom right now.
Yeah.
400B. We are live from 400B here at Drury University.
If you want to come in, just come in.
Yeah, if you would like to come in,
We're on camera.
We are on camera. We have some guest speakers here for us today.
Yeah. Just in.
You want to be on camera or
Minute.
not?
Absolutely not.
You already came in here.
Yeah.
You probably just wanted your markers back.
Yeah, no, it's okay. You guys, we're just chilling.
We already
We
wrote.
listened on that side of the wall for a long
The
ass
stiff
time.
rod pod.
Good.
What's your interpretation of the name?
Oh, we know.
You can take it however you want. We
Yeah.
told
We're
y'all
talking
this
about
is
fishing.
PG rated.
Yes,
and
this is
the stiff
PG
rod
rated.
pod. We're teaching you how to get your rod stiff. Okay?
Live from a college campus.
Yeah.
Let's go.
How to
Let's
keep
go way back.
get your rod stiff and keep it stiff.
Like I said, this is what we aim for is kind of we're gonna feed it to you straight. We're gonna feed it to you as real as we can.
We are for the people.
We are for the anglers
So the
themselves.
anglers.
Absolutely.
Everyone except for we can't do that here.
And going to part of why I wanted to be a part of this podcast, other than hanging out with Cade, Caleb, and Carter, Triple C's.
That's a good combination.
I remember very vividly when I was coming home from, I believe it was my first ever high school open that I traveled to. It was the FLW event back when FLW was still around.
They used to be
Um,
big.
Yeah, I mean, I think we drew probably close to 150 boats for this one. I was coming home from either Table Rock or Lake of the Ozarks, and I remember thinking to myself, you know, because you got all those, with the way FLW had their schedule, you had the college events, and you still do. You have the college events on a Friday and the high school events on a Saturday.
Yep.
And, you know, sometimes a lot of those college coaches, they'll still stick around for that Saturday weigh-in. You walk around there, and that's kind of when I decided I wanted to make the next step into college fishing. And I'm riding home, and I'm sitting there trying to scavenge, look for any sort of, you know, for me, it's about an 11 and a half hour drive back to my home from Table Rock or Lake of the Ozarks, and I was trying to find some sort of podcast to listen to, and there really isn't any in regards to college fishing. You got a lot of podcasts where they're talking strictly professional fishing, and the market for college fishing podcasts is pretty scarce.
Yep. And the biggest thing is like keeping it consistent. I know like traveling with for the toy industry, you travel with like Brian Latimer and Christian Greco, who are big social media guys, and it's just it's not even a secret. It's like you got to keep it consistent, and that's the biggest thing for us. So we're gonna try to. What do you guys think? One a week?
That's fine.
Start out.
Like
Start
we
with
could
1
be rig and tackle in the storage unit. We could be
I mean, yeah, we fish
sitting on the couch in the cabin in the tournament.
with all of us combined. We fish at least 5 days. I mean,
Yeah.
really, 3.
So
5
like
days a week.
meeting up is gonna be hard. Like right now we're doing it at like 10, almost 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
But
I got
do
homework
it
to do at midnight.
yeah.
But you know, it happens. I got an
Yeah.
outline for presentation. You do your Mr. Brian Shipman presentation yet?
That is what I was working on.
Yeah, that's
when,
what I've been
We gotta do our video.
What do you do? Oh
We
yeah,
gotta
you
do our
told me.
video.
That is on the agenda, Mr.
There's a
Brian.
lot on the agenda, but right now we're talking about stiff rods.
And that is why there probably is not many college fishing podcasts out there, because many of
Yeah.
us do not have the
Have
time
better priorities.
to set
No,
aside
it really
this.
is a priority thing.
You know,
Yeah, but like
It's a priority.
I don't have like a mic setup or anything. I'm gonna see how the audio is on that. I forgot to tell y'all, but just try to speak louder. I mean, you're doing good, but like I just have running that Rode mic that I have on top of that camera. So I'm gonna see how it turns out, but I think it should be fine. As far as the audio, so we can pretty much take it anywhere if we're at tournaments or something.
Oh my.
Oh my God.
Well, we
Yeah.
have our first guest speaker.
We have our first guest speaker
from Greenville, South Carolina.
from Greenville, South Carolina.
We got Boomhauer.
if you can't understand,
We got Mr. Hunter Dill.
Come in.
Hey, come in here and tell us about your first experience on a college tournament.
Yeah, tell us about Kentucky
Tell
Lake
us.
a little bit.
No. The one
Kentucky
before
Lake.
that.
There's
Yeah.
a
oh yes.
That's about hard.
Let's hear about that zero. Speak up a little.
Let's hear
bit.
about
Hold the chair up. Hold the chair up.
Okay.
Let's hear about the zero.
We weren't expecting a guest
Sit up
speaker.
there. Sit up there.
Yeah, this
in
is
the
a-
crotch.
Close
of
the door. Close the door. We can't have these distractions.
I gotta do some really important.
Okay, that's
All right,
perfect.
tell us a little story about your tournament at Hartwell. Keep it PG there, brother.
And try and talk where people can understand you, please.
Yeah.
Loud, clearly.
No. First, he needs to talk about himself.
Introduce yourself.
Yes, introduce
tell us-
yourself.
Tell us about
Where
yourself.
are you?
Where are you from?
Who are you? What do you do? Where are you from?
What do
your
you
favorite-
drive?
What do you drive?
I drive a
I just feel
GMC
like
with
I'm
black
getting
X.
sitting here.
We were doing so good.
And then
Oh my God.
you ain't gonna be in the picture here.
I'll be in the picture. Just give me a second.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
alien.
What's up? My name is Hunter Dill. I'm from Greenville, South Carolina. Yeah, so we had our first tournament.
You're not in the frame, but
no,
you
no.
can see it right there.
Hey, your first turn.
Your first time.
Your
Yeah,
first
yeah.
tournament, nobody else. You and Dane.
Yeah.
Me and Dana had our first tournament a few weeks ago. It was at Hartwell. My home lake. Hartwell.
Can you say
You're
Mark?
half in the camera, bud.
Hartwell.
There you go.
There we go.
See the screen right there? That's you.
Yeah, that's me. Hey. Alright, so we went to the old Lake Hartwell. We flew back. We had the old Stratus there. Basically, it's a Phoenix. It's got the same hole as a Phoenix, so it rises and it actually goes decently fast.
Yeah, so I've been in a ton of boats as a co-angler, and Phoenix are definitely my favorite. And the 201 XL Stratos is literally, if you guys didn't know, Phoenix bought out Stratos and like took their whole design, and they might have changed up a couple of things, but it's pretty much the same.
The guy,
And the best thing is, they run fast.
Yeah.
Hunter Dill, so comes back from tournament, and first thing he says to me is, "Man, we're running 72 mile an hour through 4 footers. 4 footers."
Okay.
Quote, unless
Quote.
you got a 44-foot center console, you ain't doing none of that.
Okay. It may not have been exactly 4 footers.
It may not have been 72 miles an hour.
I don't make $8,000.
That's like you telling a girl you're 6 foot tall.
Just some of the weeks.
It's the first episode. We gotta calm down.
I don't think it was exactly 4 footers, but I think it was about 2.5, 3 footers.
Can you
That's
can
still
you show me
stinks.
something that you believe
72,
to be
bro.
2.5 to 3 feet? To represent.
I mean, you're thinking like,
That's 2.5.
what's that, like, what, 3 feet? 2.5?
3 feet is this tall, dude.
Uh,
That's 36 inches.
that's like half my height.
Exactly.
Over half your height. You ain't
Over
6
half my
foot.
height.
And you said 4.
Alright.
That's freaking up to
Okay.
you.
Alright, I don't remember exactly how high, okay?
You probably can't even see over the way.
They got that big grass.
It's a low profile
Hey,
boat
can you
too.
see?
He's like,
Hey, you shot my call.
Alright, so,
We didn't even get
Where
to
were
the
we?
good part yet.
where were we?
Hartwell.
oh, you're
Oh,
4-footers.
Hartwell. You're
Alright.
running to the spot. Okay, he's running to the spot. He gets there after
Yeah.
running 72 through 4.
Well, no, we gotta talk about practice.
Okay.
Practice is like same, a little the same conditions. I want to say Friday was like a little more sunny. It wasn't raining. It wasn't blowing at Mount Jesus yet. We poured up to the first cane pile, made a first cast, and Dane caught a 3-pound spot. Believe it or not. Oh damn, y'all actually believe that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just saw what his 4-footers were. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, how big is a 3-pound
Okay,
spotted
okay, you
bass in
caught
Lake
2.5
Hartwell?
pounder.
I'll be honest with you, that sucker's bigger wide round than it is long.
Like you.
Yeah.
What is the term for that? Something that's wider than it is. The circumference is larger than the length.
Hunter Dill from
I
Greenville,
chose.
South Carolina.
That's not what I was saying. That's close enough.
Hey, I was trying to keep this.
Hey, it takes one to know one, right?
Hey, I was trying to keep this family rated, okay?
It is. It's good.
Family rated.
Okay. So, and then let's see what else. We went fishing the rest of the day. We found one really good pile.
It looked like your partner went sleeping.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
And
yeah.
you.
Yeah, no, we
It was a long, tough day of fishing.
Yeah, I mean, we, Coach tells us to spend all day. So I mean, we literally spent from, I want to say 7:30 on the water till 8 o'clock that night.
Wow, that's insane.
And
I've
you know
never
that
done
tournament.
before.
That tournament was about the same way.
Whoa!
I mean, put in the water. You guys put in the water about what 6:30? Give or
yeah,
take.
yeah,
Probably
about-
about 6:30. By 8:30, you're at the Cracker Barrel, having a good day.
Yeah, tournament day. It was completely different. We actually got really good Cracker Barrel for breakfast. And no, we didn't have 30 or 20 pounds or even a fish in the boat to go in early and eat.
Yeah, you just gave up.
You just did.
Yeah,
one
no,
motor
I
breaks.
think the
You break the trolling motor handle though, you can't come back from that. That's one of those that it's an ender. I mean,
Well, no, it's
yeah,
not
it's
even
like
a
in
handle.
Kentucky Lake. For example, me and Tucker, we broke the trolling motor handle, and it was over. The
Yeah.
first day in the morning, boom! About runs me over.
well, yeah, but you guys didn't lose the locking pin.
Well,
But-
that's what they make cinder blocks. Well, I didn't say that. That's what they make you for. You
Hey,
stand on top of
shut
it,
up.
they ain't driving you. That's what me and Caleb were doing.
Alright,
I'll
and
get
so
that
then
pin.
Improvise.
where it broke at, there was no way you could have ever used it. I mean, it was broke at the bottom.
Yeah, bro.
Okay,
I've
I
seen that
fished
before.
a full tournament at Truman.
Mhm.
Have you seen Truman yet? It look,
No.
I call it Devil's. Like if Satan lived in a lake, it'd be Truman. It just looks like Satan was in it. But
Dude, remember who this needs to be approved by.
Oh yeah, and
okay, that we're calling the lake crappy. Okay, that's not even crap.
crap-
Truman's
the
a
crap-
fun lake.
Alright,
It's
let
a
me
fun
finish
lake.
though. And
Okay.
then we get trim, is that okay?
Yeah.
Alright.
I just want to compare our problems.
No, we will. Okay. And then, but what happened with Garmin, their locking pin mechanism, it's one of a kind. So once you get it up and you don't have that pin in, that son of a gun's not getting back down until you take it apart. And then, we were going to go towards the, we were going to go back towards the landing, and then the trim motor went out. So we couldn't even get on plane. We couldn't even really idle barely. Yeah, our new Mercury trim decided to go out. So
Me and Tucker
People,
were
this is
floated
just
around
proof.
for 8 hours.
this is just proof. Can you bleep this out? Shit happens. You gotta come back. You gotta go to university. And you gotta keep your mind in the game and figure out how to catch fish.
Improvise.
That's the name of the game, baby.
Or you get
adapt.
Cracker Barrel.
Or you go get Cracker Barrel.
Or you go to
Yeah.
never go wrong with Cracker
You
Barrel.
can't go wrong with Cracker Barrel. I think it was like, what?
I'm not gonna lie.
Or, I want to say it was about,
If I was you, did you have a weigh-in bag in your boat?
yeah.
I would have taken me a piece of rope, and I would have tied it to my prop shaft, like a, what do they call them things? Fish for walleye? A drift sock. A drift sock.
A
And I
cast
would
net.
have drifted,
With the weigh-in bag.
Hunter Dill, deadliest catch, Lake Hartwell.
and I would have drifted
Going
right down
72
the
through
bank.
4 foot. Maybe that's
Catch
why
me
your
a
trim
big old
motor
bag.
broke.
Wait, so could you put the trolling motor down?
No,
Or was
once you get it
stuck
up,
down?
it's stuck. That's the only downfall.
Same thing with trim motor. Once you trim it up, it won't go down.
No,
Wow.
it would not go down.
I mean,
No, it was
well, you could
easy getting on the
you could
trailer.
idle though.
Huh?
You could idle though, right?
But you can't fish where idle. That's against the laws.
No, but you can drift.
Yeah.
Or we're gonna drift in 150 foot of water.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I catch them on Demiki rig and 80.
Improvise, adapt,
That does kind of
overcome.
suck if you have no electronics.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, I probably would have fished, but we probably still would have zeroed.
I mean, I was just so afraid I was gonna lose electronics. I was gonna hit some stupid shoal because the lake's down almost 10 feet now.
That is true.
What it is. It is what it is.
It is
Well-
what it is though.
Y'all got, what do y'all think? You got anything else?
Uh,
I do think that next time I'm gonna come in here with some questions written down on a piece of paper.
we're gonna. Well, we had a topic, but like,
Kind of go. I think, not gonna lie, what would have got us the most views if we would have talked about the MLF schedule the whole time, because that's like the
MLF.
hot topic right now.
no. Well, I think. Well, the next one is gonna be.
Prepping for Dardanelle.
Can we just?
Oh yeah, because that's like 2 weeks.
Can
So
we just focus on we actually get to go fish a really good lake, Harris Chain of Lakes?
Who
Or at
is
least that's
we?
on the schedule. My bad. Let's just be happy that MLF. Can you edit this stuff out right now?
Stiff rods. You can't make up a stiff
This
rod.
is unedited. The only edit we get is a beat.
yeah,
Serious?
Yeah, yeah, this is uncut.
Serious.
Okay, but don't say that.
I only have to edit out the part when you came in. That's the only
I mean, like, I'm just very grateful that MLF decided to release an actual good, a really good lake to go to.
Yeah,
Harris
but-
Chain of Lakes.
Harris
But
Chain, we go there
think
every year
about
for
think about the
college.
teams that don't have the funding we do. How are you gonna go to the California Delta twice? Harris Chain.
Oh, they're
Lakes,
not.
Lake Havasu.
We're probably
You
not.
are.
We're probably not either.
We're probably not either.
No.
Probably
Yeah,
not the
I don't
whole
see
team.
how
I
any
guarantee
colleges
you.
are going to be able to.
If we think about it, it would be safe to assume, it would be a reasonable assumption that the Bassmaster and the MLF Harris Chain events will fall back-to-back weekends with each other, whether it be Bass first or Bass after.
Or at least within the 2 weeks. But if,
They will be
So we'll
following
stay down
weekends.
there?
That will be a.
That would be bad.
you think so?
The problem with that.
Is we miss a whole week of.
Do you
We
have?
missed a-
do you
I
have
did
proof
it. It
of
was
that?
fine.
Yeah.
Another
Saturday.
thing to look forward to, this event here, Lake of the Ozarks, March 17th, 2023,
That's gonna be
out of
so
Osage
lit.
Beach, Missouri, falls during our spring break. We're not allowed to live on campus.
Wait, is it really falling under spring break?
Okay, well, lucky for us, we are sponsored by Lake of the Ozark Cabins. And lucky for us.
Actually?
Yeah, we get a dock. We want our boat to come off the water.
Yeah.
And luckier for
Wait, why
us.
don't we just stay up there on the weekends instead of?
I don't know how it
camping?
really works, but I know we
Yeah,
have something
that's
like
smart. We
But
got to this
anyway-
weekend, so everyone draw down or something.
No, I'm
that.
going
I know
now.
people. That's all there
There's
is
a
to it. I know
1,400
people.
boat Big Bass event out there.
I'm not going.
Oh, never mind. I am not going.
I had booked a campsite last night, and within about 12 and a half minutes, thanks to one of my sources that lives in my suite, his name is Tristan Beck, he's from Carthage, he is an absolute hammer.
Another straight up hammer.
I think the next podcast we need to have some special guests.
Oh no, we'll bring in everybody.
That would
We'll
be-
bring in one person from the team every week.
Yep.
We'll have special guests.
And that's good enough
What
for...
are we thinking for next guest?
Maverick.
No, I'm thinking Tristan, bro.
I think Tristan could be a great...
Tristan,
Tristan could provide you guys with a lot of information about
That would be like a
high
serious.
school
That would be
fishing.
like a serious information.
yeah.
Yeah.
High school
we'll
fishing
get that
in
boy
Missouri.
crack at some point. Yeah, we'll make some. We'll get him to next.
We'll get him to smile eventually. No promises though.
And
eventually.
this is my promise to you. We will get him to say heck.
No, after
No, y'all gotta give him say AFCO.
Wait, what time?
That would be the stuff.
Okay, so we're at like 30 some minutes right now.
That's perfect. I
You
think
think we should
Yeah,
cut it
let's
off?
shoot for 30 minutes.
If they're listening by now, goddamn, we did a good job.
They are
We did
dedicated.
They are
a good
so-
job.
I'm sorry, you are so bored.
Yeah, I mean, no, really, the first one's gonna be rough. Like we gotta
Yeah,
get all
well,
the keys.
I think it was a lot better than
I think we should have made it more
predicted,
informational.
though.
I mean, my plan
No,
wasn't even to
I
jump
think-
in. I was just walking by.
Dude, it's
And
for
I was like,
college kids. Like it needs to be more. I want it to be like Ike lifestyle. Y'all ever
Hey, did
listen
you
to
do that? Did you do that homework for professionalism? You know?
Spent like 40 minutes on the dang thing.
All right, boys.
I don't know, fine.
I got,
Thank you
He's got
guys.
homework.
Yeah, we got homework. I got
That's the
55 minutes to
first
get my homework done.
episode of
Stiff
Stiff Rod Pod.
Yeah, baby.
Boom. You
Adjourn.
didn't even hit the right button.